Martin had it all: money, fame, and a life most people could only dream of. He'd clawed his way to the top through sheer determination and relentless drive. The city worshipped him, but behind closed doors, he was a man haunted by the ghosts of his own making. Needing to escape the relentless pace of his high-flying life, Martin booked a stay on a secluded island, far from the prying eyes and constant noise. He needed to put his thoughts in order, to find some semblance of peace. The island was supposed to be a sanctuary, but it quickly became something else. The first night, he heard strange noises, whispers carried by the wind, footsteps that seemed to circle his isolated cabin. By the second night, he saw shadows that didn't belong, figures moving just out of the corner of his eye. Sleep was a distant memory, replaced by a gnawing paranoia. As the days stretched into a blur, the island seemed to come alive with his darkest fears. He began to see faces in the trees, hear voices in the waves. His mind, already frayed by the weight of his success, started to unravel. The island felt like it was feeding off his anxiety, amplifying every doubt and regret. Memories that he had buried deep began to resurface. The business partner he had betrayed to get a leg up. The lover he had discarded when she became inconvenient. The friends he had used and then discarded like yesterday's news. Each vision, each haunting voice, was a reminder of the man he'd become in his relentless pursuit of wealth. The island offered no solace, only a relentless parade of his past sins. Martin's days became a fog of dread and self-recrimination. The eerie sounds, the shifting shadows, they all seemed to conspire against him, pushing him to the brink. He felt trapped in a waking nightmare, the island a cruel mirror to his soul. One evening, as a storm raged outside, Martin sat by the flickering fire, the photograph in one hand, the journal in the other. The memories were particularly vivid, the regrets sharper. Conversations with Emma replayed in his mind, her words a haunting melody. The journal's pages whispered of a life that could have been, paths not taken, dreams not pursued. Driven to the edge of sanity, Martin found himself standing at the cliff's edge, the ocean roaring below, the wind howling around him. The past became a relentless ghost, each memory a clawing reminder of the price he paid for his success. The cold wind bit into his skin, each gust a whisper of his misdeeds. He saw the eyes of those he'd wronged, felt the weight of his choices pressing down on him like the very air was trying to crush his spirit. As he stepped closer to the edge, he felt a strange calm wash over him. This was the only way to end the torment. He looked down at the swirling waters below, imagining the final plunge. His heart beat steady, a metronome counting down to the end. And so, he jumped. It was a long way to the floor, longer than he could have expected. The wind rushed past him, a cacophony of his past sins screaming in his ears. The faces of those he had wronged flashed before his eyes, blending into a blur of regret and shame. Then, everything went black. "Wake up, sir. We've arrived," a voice pierced through the darkness. Martin's eyes snapped open, and he found himself still on the boat, the island looming ahead. The driver looked at him with concern, unaware of the nightmare that had just played out in Martin's mind. He realized he was gripping the edge of the boat, his knuckles white. Disoriented, he muttered to himself, "Was it just a dream?" He stepped onto the island with heavy feet, the line between dream and reality as blurred as his sense of peace.